right, guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to talk about Xbox games, the Xbox showcase, and some more information that we do now know in terms of what we are going to be seeing and where these games will be landing. But before we do jump into this, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like your daily gaming news content. I see many of you have been watching for all haven't subscribed. I would appreciate hitting the subscribe button. Also check out my link to my Spotify. It is in the description if you want the audio version of this show. So we'll start off here. There was a bunch of articles and reports going around over the last day or so about the Xbox showcase and a huge game that will be revealed at the showcase. And unfortunately, this is going to be a spoiler for people out there who were hoping to go into the showcase not knowing anything that Xbox was going to talk about. I feel like as we get closer to June 9th, over the next week or two, pretty much everything is going to be coming out. It's kind of how it happens. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And this is a big game here. This is Doom. The next Doom in the franchise is seemingly going to be showing up here at the Xbox showcase, and it is going to be called Doom: The Dark Ages with a medieval feel. And they say here, according to sources, it is coming to Xbox, to Windows, of course, PC, and the big one for a lot of people, PlayStation. So this looks like it's going to be another one of those multi-platform releases from Xbox's first-party studios. And you may ask yourself, where is this information coming from? This is Windows Central. I believe it was also reported by Nate the Hate, who was one of the people who said Starfield was coming to PlayStation, and obviously that didn't end up happening, at least as of yet. And here's what it says. It's been 4 years since Doom Eternal graced our screens, and its software is showing no signs of slowing down. Today, separate reports from the reliable sources at Insider Gaming and Nate the Hate have given us a glimpse at where Doom is headed next, and we're about to get medieval. He says here, we can corroborate Insider Gaming and Nate's report on Doom: The Dark Ages. And the person writing this article here is Jez Corden, of course, who is saying here that Windows Central himself, they are corroborating the report about Doom: The Dark Ages going to be the next Doom game, and it's going to be shown off at the Xbox showcase, and that it is releasing on the PlayStation 5. It says here, although I didn't have the name, multiple sources confirmed to me over the past few weeks that Doom is heading to the Xbox Game Showcase 2024. The game's working title was Doom Year Zero. Well, now this is something we did see in those FTC leaks in the summer. So I think most people expected and thought that we were going to be getting a new Doom game relatively soon. And it makes sense that this is when we're going to be seeing it at the 2024 Xbox showcase. They say here that it is a prequel of sorts, and the Doom game director Hugo Martin has remarked on previous streams that he desires to slow Doom down a bit to make you feel like you're a hulking monster truck rather than a deadly race car. It would fit the theme of Doom heading to the past before the Doom Slayer acquired many of his modern powers and weapons, although the Night Sentinels of Argent Noir still had access to guns and things of this nature, albeit with a traditional knightly twist. But perhaps the setting will be before Doomslayer even encountered the Night Sentinels as well. Now, that's kind of the setting of the game. That's what we'll be looking forward to when it comes to Doom: The Dark Ages. But I think this is probably something that a lot of people are going to be talking about even more so as we lead up to the announcement for this game. Because I feel like once the announcement comes out, people are just going to be hyped and excited for the game. Doom really does not disappoint. But the thing here is that it is coming to PlayStation as well. So these rumors do say, again, not officially confirmed here by Xbox, but Jez says, I can also confirm Nate's report that Doom: The Dark Ages is slated for PlayStation in addition to Xbox and Windows PC, potentially day and date. And Microsoft acquired ZeniMax a few years ago, and with it, its software and the Doom IP. Now, Doom, of course, a legacy IP. This is a new entry into the series, but a legacy IP that was on PlayStation previously. And if you remember at that first Bethesda roundtable, Phil Spencer did come out and say Bethesda is going to be where Xbox Game Pass is. Xbox Game Pass is clearly not on PlayStation, but then they had the business update and they changed their strategy. They changed their tune. So honestly, this isn't that big of a surprise. I'm not shocked here if this report does end up coming true that Doom is going to be ending up on PlayStation day one. I think the market from 2021 to 2024, it has changed. I mean, it truly has changed. You're looking at all of the different companies out there and the strategies that are changing amongst them. And the increasing, as always talked about on this channel, just the increasing in costs, the overspending from these companies, and the console market stagnating. They have to find more ways to reach more players, and putting this game on PlayStation will sell millions of copies. It'll sell very good on Xbox as well, and people will play it on Game Pass, so it'll do pretty good everywhere, I believe, even though this game is going to be multi-platform, and is obviously going to do very well on Steam and PC. So I don't really care. I've never really cared about games going in other places. I know there will be Xbox fans that are going to be very annoyed and question why they would do this, thinking that it's going to take away from people playing it on Xbox and picking up an Xbox in the future. But I mean, we could get into the whole discussion about why people purchase consoles. The numbers are out there. I've talked about this on my channel, and I always get people in the comments telling me that I'm wrong and that I'm stupid for thinking this, but the numbers are there. More people pick up consoles for reasons other than the exclusives. And people will still play this game on Xbox. People will still buy Xboxes if they've been invested in the ecosystem, if it's where their friends play, and if they want to get an easy entry and access into Xbox Game Pass. And this game is going to make a ton of money because it is going to be multi-platform. So I think overall this is a good thing. Then Xbox makes money off of PlayStation users and off of PlayStation, where they then can go and invest more into Game Pass and invest more into their first-party IPs. But this will be a huge discussion as we lead up to the showcase. And I think one of the other things here is that now, with the games that Xbox does show off, you are going to see nonstop articles every single time, even if they don't say that it is coming to PlayStation, and it's going to be asking if the game is coming to PlayStation, especially if a game like Doom or one or two games at the Xbox showcase says that they're coming to PlayStation. Every game now is going to be in question here, as that's going to be a nonstop media circus going forward whenever Xbox has a first-party game to announce. I mean, we just got Hellblade 2, and there were tons of articles asking if that was coming to PlayStation. Obviously, it's not on PlayStation right now. So if you expect it to stop, I don't think it will. Now, they continue on here and say, some may lament the opportunity Microsoft had to pull Doom away from PlayStation, but its software was already set up for building multi-platform titles in parallel. And Doom has always existed on PlayStation 2, and as with franchises like Fallout and Minecraft, it doesn't make any sense to arbitrarily pull it from one of the game's biggest fan bases. The business is selling games and subscriptions like Xbox Game Pass after all, and you can expect Doom: The Dark Ages to join the other Doom games on Xbox Game Pass as well. So I'm extremely excited for this next Doom game. I can't wait to see the trailer and see what it's all about, how they make this sort of a prequel, how they slow it down and make it just more like you're a tank going through things. So that's going to be really fun. And this isn't the only game that is going to be shown off at the Xbox Showcase. We already know a bunch of other stuff that is going to be shown off, but one of the games that I'm extremely excited for that is releasing this year on Xbox Game Pass day one is Avowed. And with Avowed, it looks like Avowed and Indiana Jones are going to get previews coming right after the Xbox Showcase. So hands-on previews for these games. People are going to be able to play them, and then we're going to actually probably get information as to what people thought about these games as they went through and played them. It says here, Avowed and Indiana Jones previews will be shown on June 10th, one day after the Xbox Game Showcase. Insider Gaming has learned that both Avowed and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be playable to select media outlets and content creators at this year's Summer Games Fest. Unfortunately, guys, I don't think Xbox is going to be contacting me and giving me early access to either of these games to try them out. It'd be really cool, and I'd love to give you my thoughts, but I don't think that's going to be happening. But we will definitely talk about the results that other people do talk about after they've been able to get their hands on both of these games. They say, people according to those familiar with the plans, both games are expected to be shown at this year's Xbox Game Showcase, with previews from the hands-on going live on June 10th. And I mean, they're both slated for 2024. So you do sit back and you think about it, and Doom announcements probably coming out next year, I would guess. But just for the going into the second half of this year, you have Avowed, you have Indiana Jones, two massive games that are going to be coming out. You also have Call of Duty. I mean, it's just going to be a very stacked year in the second half of 2024 when it comes to the Xbox Game Pass releases, specific games that you are getting day one. And with Avowed, there is something actually pretty interesting here in terms of the engine for the development. Avowed has actually moved over to Unreal Engine 5.3. They say here, with the help from the Coalition and Xbox Tech. This is again via Jez Corden saying, was it already known Avowed had moved to Unreal Engine 5.3 with support from the Xbox Tech and the Coalition? because it has. So Avowed moving to Unreal Engine 5.3. I can't wait to see just kind of how the end product is for this game. I mean, we've seen the magic of the Coalition with the Matrix demo, what they've done with the Gears of War franchise, in how good those games look. Whether you're a fan of Gears 4 and 5 or not, the games themselves are extremely polished and are some of the best looking games Xbox does put out. So the Coalition are pretty big wizards here when it comes to actually being able to get the most out of the platform that they are developing on, which is Xbox. And I'm excited to see how they give that knowledge, that help to Avowed, and hopefully to more Xbox studios that are working on games right now who are going to be using Unreal Engine 5. I can't wait to see Gears 6. That's going to be something also we're hearing is going to be shown at the Xbox Showcase. Hellblade 2 is a phenomenal looking game, probably the best looking game on console right now. I think Gear 6 has a chance to be up there as the best looking game. And Gear 6 to me is a far more exciting franchise than Hellblade. I like it far more. So I can't wait to see what the Coalition has. But that's just some Xbox game stuff that we did get over the last couple of days. I did want to talk about. I will end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.